Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kemit's Ghost. You can call me Alan. It is Monday, the 23rd of February, 2026, a date I will remember because today is my wedding anniversary. I have been married now for 35 years, which I believe is Coral. But that's not going to stop me because today is also a Blu-ray release day. I'm going to head to HMV to film the latest releases. And I'll give you a little bit of information about each and every title. Obviously, I'll be grabbing a nice hot latte from Costa Coffee along the way. Not a sponsor. And then I'll bring you back here and I'll talk about some recent pickups. But also during the week, I filmed in 2 charity shops and I'll squeeze that footage in just before HMV. So I'm going to get cracking because I do have plans today and I will see you all in the city. I'll see you all soon. So midweek I filmed in 2 charity shops in Hove, first one being the British Heart Foundation, where I found Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Not a bad movie from what I recall, just £1 with a slipcover. Next we have 2012, which centred around the Mayan calendar and the end of the world. Fun disaster movie with John Cusack and Woody Harrelson, just 50p. Couldn't buy a chocolate bar for that. Next is Man of Steel from the DCEU with a slipcover for just £1. I already have that one, so I'll put it back so someone else can get it. And then right at the end here, we are, what's this? Fantastic Beasts with a slipcover. First one of the franchise, and I would say the best one, just £1 as well. And here is the lineup. Most, if not all, are just £1 each, obviously apart from 2012, which was 50p. The next charity shop is Guild Care on George Street, Hove, and the first film I found was Filth with James McAvoy, £1.50. I've not seen it, but I do have it, and I have no excuse. Next I saw Paddington, which is a lovely family film for £2.50. This copy was still sealed, so it's in mint condition. They also had the sequel, so both films for £5. Inevitably, they had a copy of The King's Speech, but don't be put off by seeing this in every charity shop. It's an outstandingly uplifting film. And talking of the royal family, they also had the Queen's Corgi for the random price of £1.95. So here I am at the entrance to HMV, and in no particular order, I'm going to start with Dexter Resurrection, the complete first season. This sees Dexter Morgan, the killer of serial killers, still alive and living in New York City. This stars Michael C. Hall, Jack Olcott, Peter Dinklage, and Uma Thurman. If you like the Dexter show, then this will definitely appeal to you. It's brilliant. This one is priced at £24.99. The Ugly Stepsister next on Second Sight. This is a black comedy body horror from last year that was written and directed by Emily Blichfeldt. This is a reimagining of Cinderella, but old Cinder's had it easy compared to poor Elvira. She has her nose reshaped by a chisel by a sadistic doctor, a tapeworm ingested to lose weight, and her eyelashes sewn to her eyelids, all in the name of beautification. I couldn't find the Blu-ray, but the 4K is priced at £24.99, and the limited edition 4K, which is priced at £39.99, comes with a 120-page book, 6 art cards, and that rigid outer case. Next is Takashi Ishii's The Angel Guts collection from Third Window Films. This is a limited edition, and it contains 5 Japanese movies, which are Angel Guts Classroom from 1979, Angel Guts Namie from 1979, Angel Guts Red Porno from 1979, Angel Guts Red Vertigo from 1988, Angel Guts Red Flash from 1994. This set is priced at £59.99. Idol on Parade, next from Indicator. This is a comedy from 1959 directed by John Gilling. It's about a pop star from the UK who gets conscripted into the army, and his agent gets him away from the barracks to record new material, which doesn't go down well with the sergeant. It stars Anthony Newley, Lionel Jeffries, William Bendix, and Sid James. This one comes with a booklet and is priced at £17.99. The Man Inside next from Indicator. This is a crime adventure from 1958 directed by John Gilling. It's about a thief who steals large amounts of diamonds and he kills a man during the crime, leading to several people trying to track him and the loot down. This stars Nigel Patrick, Anthony Newley, Jack Palance, Sid James, and Donald Pleasance. This is priced at £17.99 and it comes with a booklet. Dogtooth next from Vertigo Releasing. This is a psychological drama from 2009, co-written and directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, and this is about a couple who have a son and 2 daughters. They're adult children now, and they live in a compound and they have no knowledge of the outside world. Warning, this film contains incest. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99 and the 4K is priced at £24.99, and the film naturally carries an 18 certificate. Libido next from Radiance Films. This is an Italian giallo film from 1965, co-written and directed by Ernesto Gastaldi and Vittorio Salerno. So, a young boy sees his father kill his mistress in a mansion built on a cliff edge, and then his father chucks himself off the cliff. But years later, and now the rightful owner of the mansion, and now a grown man, he fears he may be losing his mind and his father may still be alive. This one is priced at £17.99, and it comes with a booklet. The Japanese Godfather trilogy next from Radiance Films. This is a collection of Yakuza crime movies. The first is Japan's Don from 1977, which sets up the power dynamic. This is followed by Japanese Godfather Ambition from 1977, which sees the syndicate expansion into Tokyo and the political conflict. And it finishes on Japanese Godfather Conclusion from 1978, which deals with the consequences of the power struggles. This one is priced at £39.99. The deluxe limited edition of Dragon Lord next on 4K from 88 Films. This is a Hong Kong martial arts comedy from 1982, co-written and directed by Jackie Chan. So this is about Jackie Chan's character Dragon trying to retrieve a love note which is attached to a kite, and the kite's landed on the rival gang's roof, and they plan to steal from the town's temple, so it's up to Dragon to stop them. This contains 4 cuts of the movie, and it comes with a double-sided poster, and it's priced at £34.99. Lupin Zero, the complete series next from Anime Limited. This is an origin story set in Tokyo in the late 1960s, with Lupin III's quest to become the world's greatest thief amidst temptation. This contains 6 episodes and is priced at £32.99. The deluxe limited edition of Double Impact next on 4K from 88 Films. This is a martial arts action movie from 1991, co-written and directed by Sheldon Lettish. And this sees Jean-Claude Van Damme playing twin brothers who were separated as infants after their parents were murdered, and then 25 years later they reunite to exact revenge. This is priced at £29.99 and comes with a 20-page booklet. The Way We Talk next from Central City Media. This is a Hong Kong drama from 2024 that's written, produced and directed by Adam Wong. This sees 3 young deaf friends called Alan, Wolf and Sophie navigating the workplace and dealing with day-to-day challenges with communicating and fitting in. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99. The Iron Sky collection next from 101 Films. This contains both the first movie from 2012 and its sequel, The Iron Sky, The Coming Race from 2019. These are sci-fi action adventure films about a secret Nazi moon base. This is priced at £17.99. It carries a 15 certificate. Predator Badlands next on Disney Buena Vista. This is a sci-fi action movie from last year, and it's the 7th Predator movie in the franchise, not including the AVP crossover series. This is directed by Dan Trachtenberger, and it follows a young stunt predator who's trying to prove himself on a hostile planet. It stars Demetrius Schuster, Kolo-Amatagni, and Ellie Fanning. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99, and the 4K is priced at £24.99. The 4K slipcover is a lot nicer than the Blu-ray one, in my opinion, that is. The deluxe limited edition of Picture of a Nymph next from 88 Films. This is a Hong Kong supernatural adventure comedy from 1987. It's about a scholar who falls in love with a female ghost who committed suicide. However, she has to hide in a painting from the king's evil ghost. This one is priced at £24.99. Strong Room next from the BFI. This is a British crime drama from 1962, directed by Vernon Sewell. It's about 3 robbers who hit a bank just before Easter weekend, but they lock the manager and his secretary in an airtight vault when the cleaners arrive. Later, they realise they may actually die from lack of oxygen, so they plan to come back and free them, or face a murder charge. This one is priced at £16.99. You Must Be Joking next from Indicator. This is a comedy from 1965 directed by Michael Winner, about an army major who runs an experiment by getting 5 random soldiers to do a scavenger hunt with several tasks to be completed. It stars Terry Thomas, Lionel Jeffries, Leslie Phillips, Denholm Elliott, Bernard Cribbins, Arthur Lowe and Wilfred Hyde White. This one comes with a booklet and is priced at £17.99. Jazz Boat next from Indicator. This is a musical comedy from 1960 directed by Ken Hughes, about an electrician who brags about being a master thief, but unfortunately gets recruited into a violent gang and takes part in a jewellery heist. It stars Anthony Newley, Lionel Jeffries, Bernie Winters and Anne Aubrey. This one comes with a booklet and is priced at £17.99. Toy Soldiers next from Final Cut Entertainment. This is an action thriller written by David Cope, who wrote Cold Storage, which is in cinemas now. Anyway, this is about a terrorist who takes a prep school by force, given an ultimatum: either his drug lord father is released or students will die. But he hasn't taken into account the resourcefulness of the students. It stars Sean Austin, Will Wheaton and Denholm Elliott. This is priced at £14.99. Dead of Winter next from Vertigo Releasing. This is a psychological thriller from last year, directed by Brian Kirk. It stars Emma Thompson as a woman who is lost during a snowstorm, but she finds shelter in a cabin. But inside she finds a young woman who is held captive. This one is priced at £14.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 from Paramount Pictures. This picks up immediately after Season 2, with Captain Pike going against Starfleet orders with the aim of rescuing his crew from Gorn. Plus there's the romantic tensions between Spock and Chapel. There is a 4th season in the making, and a 5th and final season is on the cards too. It's got 10 episodes, and the Blu-ray is priced at £24.99, and the 4K is priced at £39.99. Iphigenia from Radiance Films. Next, this is a Greek epic tragedy from 1977, and this is set in the lead up to the Trojan War. A father must sacrifice his daughter, Iphigenia, to appease the gods after a sacred deer is killed by an Athenian sailor. This comes with a limited edition booklet and is priced at £17.99. Knights of the Teutonic Order next from Second Run. This is an historic Polish epic from 1960 directed by Alexander Ford. This is about the Teutonic Holy Wars, which took place in Poland in the early 1400s. A leader's wife is killed, and a soldier decides to avenge her death and prove his love for her daughter. This is Poland's most successful movie to date, and is priced at £17.99. We, a Summer Odyssey in 4 parts. Next, this is a Dutch drama from 2018 about 8 young friends who entertain themselves sexually over their summer break through games and activities without parental control. When their behaviour causes a death, they must face the consequences. This one is priced at £14.99. The 4K limited edition of The Stuntman next. This is a psychological black comedy from 1980 directed by Richard Rush. A man is on the run from the police, accidentally kills a stuntman during filming, so the director strikes a deal. He'll hide the criminal on the grounds that he takes the stuntman's place, a deal he soon regrets. This stars Peter O'Toole as the director, Steve Railsback as the criminal, and Barbara Hershey as the love interest. This is priced at £34.99. The War Between the Land and the Sea next. This is a sci-fi drama miniseries from the BBC consisting of 5 episodes. It's a spin-off from Doctor Who set in the Whoniverse, and it sees an ancient sea species called Homo amphibia threaten more with humans over the pollution and damages we've caused to the seas. Also includes a 90-minute edit of Sea Devils from 1972, and it's priced at £32.99. A re-release of Stargate Atlantis, the complete series next from MGM Studios. This is a sci-fi action adventure TV series which aired from 2004 through to 2009, consisting of 5 series. This stars David Hewlett, Jason Momoa and Joe Flanagan, and it has over 50 hours of special features, and this one is priced at £94.99. Well, today there are a lot of titles out, so I've split them into 2 piles. Today I plan to get Dexter Resurrection, Predator Badlands, Dead of Winter, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Put down in the comments if you plan to get anything today. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, we've got 4 titles to talk about, plus a gift from Jamie Powell. So, lots to talk about. Let's get on with it. So what did Jamie kindly send my way? Well, it is the Predator popcorn bucket head. Yes, this does open somehow at the back. I know a lot of people paid full price for these. Jamie put a notification up saying that these were going for like £3.50. He's got a cinema card, so it was even lower for that for him. I think he paid like £2, but he paid £9 postage. Jamie should have waited. I'd have picked it up at your house. I often go down to Jamie's, or he comes up to me, so we could have just waited, but I do appreciate it. He also sent a note, and I've put it up in the corner so you can read along, but I'll put this popcorn head down for just a second. So the note reads, "To my dearest foggy friend, DFF, isn't that sweet? When you asked me to give you head, I was relieved this is what you meant." You've always got to lower the tone, haven't you? "Please find enclosed a Predator head from Odeon Cinemas. I do hope you like it and it sits well in your cinema room." It does. Actually, I've just got rid of my Darth Vader helmet. I've given it to my son because he collects helmets from TV shows and films, so it'll probably sit where that was. Hope you and the whole family are doing well. We are, thank you. Hope to see you soon. Yes, hopefully end of April, fingers crossed. Also, sorry I forgot your birthday by a few days. I hope this makes up to it. You are my best friend. Both Katie and I think very much of you. Yeah, and I think very much of you too as well. That's enough slush, lol. All the best, Grandpa Kermit. Yes, I am a grandfather now. Love, Jamie and Katie. Well, that is fantastic. I really do appreciate that. I'll put it over in the corner on a stand that I've got. Also, there'll be a link in the description below to Jamie's channel. Be sure to go and check him out. You, Jamie, are a star. First one to show you is Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. This is the last film in the Invisible Man Legacy Collection, and it's a sci-fi comedy from 1951 directed by Charles Lamont. And as the title suggests, it stars Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, who are using their own first names in the movie. Lamont has worked with Abbott and Costello 11 times in total. So, start of the movie, Bud and Lou, they graduate from private detective school and they promptly take on a case from a man who has just escaped from prison. And that man is Tommy, being played by Arthur Franz. Tommy is a former professional boxer who has just been framed for murder by a boxing promoter, all because Tommy refused to throw a fight for him. So Tommy, being innocent, needs to get his hands very quickly on the invisible serum so he can prove his innocence and get on with his life. His fiancée is Helen Gray, who's being played by Nancy Guild, and the serum is in the hands of her uncle, Dr. Gray, who's being played by Gary Muir. Dr. Gray does warn Tommy of the side effects of madness connected to the serum, and he refuses to inject him until he can find an antidote. But police arrive, Tommy injects himself and he disappears, and then Helen and Tommy, they hire Bud and Lou to help find the real murderer and obviously clear his name. So Bud and Lou go undercover as a boxer and a manager, and I'll leave it there, but I will mention it also stars Sheldon Leonard as Morgan, Tommy's former promoter, and Sheldon you'll know from It's a Wonderful Life. He played the character Own Nick's Bar. He was Nick, in fact. This was the first Abbott and Costello film I've ever seen. I've got to say, I really enjoyed it. Again, the special effects in this are impressive given the age of the film, especially during the card game. It was a lot of fun. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 22 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So inside we have a plain black disc. So that was Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet the Invisible Man from the Invisible Man Legacy Collection. Next title to show you is Begonia. This is a dark comedy thriller from last year directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Now his films include The Lobster, The Favourite, Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things, which starred Emma Stone. As does this. Emma is playing Michelle Fuller. She is a CEO of Oxalift, which is a massive conglomerate pharmaceutical company. Also stars Jesse Plemons as Teddy Gans. He is a warehouse worker, a beekeeper and a conspiracy theorist. His mother is Sandy, played by Alicia Silverstone. And Sandy is in a coma, and Teddy believes that Michelle and the company that she runs is responsible. Teddy also believes that Michelle is not from this planet. He is convinced that she is in fact an alien from the Andromeda galaxy, and he aims to prove this by kidnapping her with the hopes of getting a confession, under duress of course. And Teddy is not alone. He has help from his autistic cousin called Donnie, who's being played by Aidan Delbis, this being his first film role. So Michelle is kidnapped from her home, taken back to Teddy's basement. Her head is shaved, obviously to prevent her from contacting the mothership, and her skin is covered with an antihistamine, which, according to Teddy, helps drain her strength. That's all I'm going to say story-wise. Michelle, is she an alien? Well, you're going to have to watch it and find out for yourself. There are no weak links in this film. Each performance is as good as the next. Jesse's one of those actors really grown on me over the last couple of years. He is filling that void that Philip Seymour Hoffman has left, and of course, Emma Stone is brilliant as always. The music in this is from Jerskin Fendix, who has also scored Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things. I love this movie. It's a movie that stays with you for days afterwards. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 58 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the front cover image has been put onto the disc. So that was Begonia. Next one to show you is The Materialist. This is a romantic drama, and that is a bit of a stretch. It's from last year, written and directed by Celine Song. She directed Past Lives plus an episode of Wheel of Time. So this stars Dakota Johnson as Lucy Mason. She is a matchmaker. Not like Yenta from Fiddler on the Roof, no. Lucy runs a successful matchmaking company in New York City called Adore, and one of her former clients is about to get married, and Lucy is invited to the wedding. But at the wedding, the bride is having some serious doubts. She's having cold feet, but Lucy does her best and she convinces the bride to go ahead with the ceremony. Also attending the wedding is Harry, the brother of the groom. He is played by Pedro Pascal, aka Joe Miller from The Last of Us, or Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, if you prefer. Also attending the wedding as an employee is John, played by Chris Evans, aka Captain America, or Flame from the older Fantastic Four films. So Harry is a financier and very wealthy, whereas John is a struggling actor and moonlighting as a waiter, and he happens to be Lucy's ex-boyfriend. Harry spends a whole evening trying to flirt with Lucy, and eventually she takes an interest, and that's all I'm going to say. But before I continue, I need to point out that Dakota Johnson cannot act for toffee. She has zero emotion in her voice and one facial expression given any situation. Pedro Pascal was trying his best with her, but it must have been acting with a mannequin. Best I can describe it. Music in this is from Daniel Pemberton, who has provided the score on Man from U.N.C.L.E., Steve Jobs, All the Money in the World, and Eddington. This one's got a runtime of 1 hour 57 minutes, which is about 30 minutes too long. Let's take a look inside. So inside we have the three main actors on the disc. So that was Materialists. So next and last is Caught Stealing. This is a crime-based thriller from last year, directed by Darren Aronofsky. Now, his films include Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream, The Wrestler and The Whale. Great director. This is set 1998, New York, Lower East Side to be precise, and it stars Austin Butler as Henry Thompson. He is a bartender in a relationship with a paramedic called Yvonne, who's being played by Zoe Kravitz. Henry, or Hank as he's known in the film, was drink driving when he was younger. It resulted in an accident and his friend being killed, a thing that haunts him daily, and it led him down the path of alcoholism. Anyway, Hank's got a British neighbour called Russ, played by Matt Smith, who is sporting a very fetching mohawk, and Russ asked Hank to feed his cat in his absence. He claims he's off to London to see his dying father. Hank, whilst coming out of Russ's apartment on the very first day, gets brutally attacked by two Russian thugs who happen to be looking for Russ. Turns out that Russ owes two violent Orthodox Jewish brothers a lot of cash, and Hank is then taken to hospital following the attack. He has surgery to remove his ruptured kidney, and rightly so, he gets the police involved, but the Russians return upon his discharge and they torture him for more information. I won't say any more other than that. Plenty going on, lots of twists and turns in this film. Good cast as well. You got Regina King as a detective on the case. You got Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio as the violent Drucker brothers, and there's also Carol Kane, who you'll know as the unhinged Ghost of Christmas Present in Scrooged. Very good movie, violent, well paced. Only weak link in this was Matt Smith, in my opinion, as a Cockney punk. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 47 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So a variation of the front cover image has been put onto the disc. So that was Caught Stealing. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Do you plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and I'll try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? And on that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.